Hello everybody, welcome back to Let's Play F1 Manager 22, and it is time to get going to Italy. I know I said it was the San Marino Grand Prix. It is in a region of Italy that is closer to San Marino. San Marino itself doesn't have any big racetracks, and it is one of those things. They used to try and have a race weekend, a race, and they would just call each race the Grand Prix of whatever the nation that it was taking place was in, and they would try and have only one per country. Then they sort of fiddled around with that because sometimes they would want more than one race in one country. Like when Michael Schumacher was very big, they would sometimes try and hold more than one race in Germany. So they'd have one at the Hockenheim Ring, and they would have one at the Nürburgring. And one of them they would call the German Grand Prix, and the other one they would call the European Grand Prix. And things like that would happen. Now, I don't know, because they've got an F1 race in Miami, they've got one in Austin, Texas, and they're gonna have one in Las Vegas. So, while that sounds like a lot of extra focus on the United States, geographically, those races are still like probably much farther apart in miles than most of the European tracks are from one another, just because the size of the nation versus the size of that continent. But either way, we're all set to get going to the race weekend, so let's go there.
The hills of Tuscany are green to the south, but here in Imola the air is red hot. Welcome to Ferrari's turf for the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix. The track has been around since the 60s, but the first official Formula One race was held here in 1980. Let's see what excitement lies ahead this year. This is Imola, and it's an old school track with plenty of elevation changes and lots of corners. There's only one DRS zone here, but it follows the long straight right before Tamburello, and should see plenty of action. We might still be early in the season, but that doesn't mean we can sit back and relax. Everything is up for grabs, and nothing is certain at this stage. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Formula One.
Woo! Yeah, Imola is one of the old-fashioned sort of tracks. It is raining outside right now for first practice one, so that's interesting. So we'll be going out there trying to get a feel for our cars in wet weather. That's cool. Let's go ahead to practice. Wait, is it raining right now? What can they tell me about the track? Okay, there is no rain out there now. It may rain during the day. So, car setup is completely untested. So do I even mess with these yet? Does it matter until... How long do we think this soft compound tire is going to last? 32 laps, approximately. Must be shorter laps here and not quite as hard on the car. So what I'm going to do is, yeah, we'll go with this 32 lap compound run plan. And let's set up the same for I think we can go out there for 33 laps. I'll have them do it. I'm going to call them in as soon as they feel like their setups are good. But I'm not letting them back. Not letting them back in the garage until they tell me, "Hey, this is a good car. I'm happy with this." Let us directly manja practice session 1 here.
Radio check. Copy, radio check.
right, well, he said he's the one that told me his radio. Check, baby, to 1, 2, 3, 4. Check, baby, 1, 2, 3. So let him go first. And I'll give him, give him a little while. And then we'll send Latifi out. Then we're going to accelerate space-time here. It is a pretty track, huh? They talk about elevation changes and things. Let's go ahead and just let Alex Albon drive around here. You can tell it's built around, you know, like there are things that have been built around it, and it's been built around things. There are houses and other buildings around the area here. It's not a street circuit, but it is a circuit that is built near, you know, like there's a town or community that's built around it. Nowadays, like, you drive into a racetrack, it's like driving into, like, you know, a big stadium or an airport or things like that. Like, you've got special, there's roads you got to get around to just get to it. Look at this, going up hills and down. I did notice that the fastest lap set for this race was in 2005. That may be because San Marino went off of the Formula One calendar for a while there, because it's starting to get dim out there, isn't it? Well, if they do start to see rain, they will tell us. Now what I'm going to do right now is accelerate space time. 4 minutes, 5% chance that the track will be sunny again. But this was off of the calendar for a while, in part due to, you know, there are too many Italian races. Also, a bit of a cloud hangs over this particular circuit because this is the track where who many would consider the greatest F1 driver of all time, Ayrton Senna, certainly the main, probably the most popular driver to ever have a Genesis game named after him, lost his life in 1994 in a crash on the circuit during a race.
Okay, there's a big crash.
Copy.
Competitor crash. We're going to get some exciting replay of this.
Yellow ahead, yellow ahead.
Let's have a look. So this was the Aston Martin.
Happened to Bell. He's right behind us. He hopefully didn't clonk into us.
Thank goodness nobody else was involved. That was a big crash.
It was. Not a whole lot of damage modeling, but, you know, it's a sim game. They can just go bucketing around for a while here. We'll see how many laps they get in before they start telling me what they feel about their
Feedback on the car.
Yeah. Car is okay. Copy.
Okay. And he's still got a lot of life in those tires. I might send him back out on that same set just to save some tires. Let's call him back in then, so that we can... yeah, if he's got feedback for us on the setup, I want to hear about it. Hopefully Albon will have some feedback for us on his setup pretty soon. There he is.
All okay.
It feels terrible. Yeah, roger.
All right, well. Okay, as long as we know. And now let's go over here to Latifi. He said he was feeling pretty good. So he does not like his braking stability or his cornering ability. So let's work on those first. Get that as far as it'll go. Just these back into the right parameters with that's what I was already doing. It's gonna have no traction if I do this, but where did I get this traction back? I guess just do that with then I can try and take that back out with wing angles. That's a reasonable amount of tinkering. Alright, so 29. Go 19 laps. How long did he need for the last run? Sent him out for 30 some, so still got 20 some on these. Yeah. Then we will go ahead and resume the world here. Albon is holding up a whole rake of cars behind him. But that's my Albon. We'll zoom it up a little bit. Get him on back into the garage here. Alrighty, so let's head over here. What are you thinking? This got bad. Once again, how can we claw back traction? Twaddle around with the toe out a little bit. That gets us all back on our bars again. And yeah, so let's check out our run now. We did almost 23 laps. Laps. All right. Might regret this. Three minutes, there's a 40% chance of rain, so. Gonna send Latifi out anyways. If it does start raining, I'll just bring him back in for inters. And we'll start all over. track has low rubber. It's dry. No water just yet. Just gonna let these guys go out and do their thing. With rock and roll, it's like being in the rain. Something you do. So, we'll say the little bars for this particular session seemed extra wacky for extra fun.
Let's meet the reach the clock.
A-fun.
Do you want to keep working these tires? Yeah, just where I can work this right now.
Copy, copy.
Guys, these oscillations are killing me. Anything we could do?
Fifth gear. How many laps have you been out for this run? You're only halfway through this friggin' run. What if I run you light? Will you still be able to learn as much about the car?
You can afford to drop back.
Not really worried about their as long as they're not in a danger area, which they're now starting to get into.
We've just had a car run wide. Let's take a look at the replay. So let's look at this. There's Sergio Perez. They go wide right off the racing line.
Wasn't that bad. These tires won't last. Alright, so call the cars in. That's very irritating because there's not enough time for them to go out and do anything substantial. I mean, I suppose I may as well let the session run because what else are we gonna do? They did get feedback on everything for me. The ability on the straights is too bad. Let's just make those little differences and see how we do. So that's a pretty worn out set of reds. So we'll get a new set of reds for the next session. And we will, again, set out as far as we feel we need. And then we'll go ahead and get Albon configured. Okay, we don't know about the oversteer yet, but otherwise, he is really pleased with the changes that we made. So, let's see what we can do to get traction back in line. Let's do that. and we will, yeah, we need a new set of tires, because those ones are going to explode. And we'll put this up to about, what, 33? Yep. Confirm. And these guys will be just sitting in the pits twiddling their thumbs until the end of the session now. The cars will be ready for next time. Okay, they're ready. They're ready to go out and do exciting things in free practice too. Session end. Good work, everybody. Checkered flag. Got low rubber and high grip. Alright, session's over. Everybody get in. We're driving around. Not a big surprise. The Ferraris and Red Bulls are at the top, although, again, another good showing by Valtteri Bottas. Good for him and good for them. In our laps, we did not manage to, on Stroll, he was on hards, and he managed to pull out better times than Vettel. Of course, Vettel did not get a lot of laps run because of the big accident that he had. Wonder if that is going to affect him during the rest of the sessions. Wonder if if his car will be repaired by free practice 2. He'll be able to get out there. Don't know. See, Latifi's already getting a big performance bonus because we've gotten a better setup going on. We don't know about his current setup yet. His starting setup he was pretty good with. Albon was not as happy with his starting setup, so we're looking to only improve from there. Let's go ahead and run another practice sesh here. We already made our changes to setup after the end of the last session. Let's go ahead and confirm.
Radio check. You hear me okay?
Copy, radio check.
And yes, he goes out. First things first. Zhou Guanyu has also gone out. Alright, now let's set up Latifi. And zoom. Let's see how you guys are doing. I wanna know what you're thinking. Tell me what is on your mind. I want to know what you're thinking. Is there something deep inside? What's chasing you? What's chasing you? Nope. We're dropping down the order as would be expected, as everybody's putting in their little laps. Things don't go sick.
Further rain expected.
Copy.
So, right now the track is dry, but they are expecting rain in about 4 minutes. You guys tell me about the cars right now. Anything? Is the track wet anywhere? I suppose maybe the big issue that I had before was thinking of the tires as going from 100 to 0, and 100 to 0 being their usable life. Of course, When they get below 30, these guys start to kind of grumble. So, grumble, grumble. And of course, you can be out while there is rain on soft tires. You just run a risk of spinning out. Your pace will be slower if the track starts getting pretty wet. Got a crash in the track. It already started getting wet in places.
Yellow ahead, yellow.
Let's see what happened there.
Vettel,
So
another
this
one.
was the Aston Martin.
So Vettel, I guess, it's that same spot.
Dear me, they won't have been expecting that.
If they weren't watching the last session, no. So they're having some kind of issue with the things there. Here's El Bonio. He's okay, so he's being held up a little bit. No, I was thinking of them as I was trying to get those guys to get more than one session out of soft tires because I was thinking of the usable lifespan of those being from 100 all the way down to 0. And of course, the usable lifespan is really only from about 100 down to about 30%, because they start to have a big performance drop off as they get well worn down.
I think the rain's coming down.
Copy.
It is. You can see down there, there's a few millimeters of rain. He's almost at the end of his run, though. I want to see mild rain. Oh. Albon just headed into the garage. I didn't tell him to do that. Everybody's heading into the garage. Well, not everybody. Okay. Hold on just a second. Albon decided he couldn't deal with this, I guess. I didn't tell him to come back in. Oh, yeah, he was at the end of his fuel run. So, really? Okay, well, let's see what he's found out. Okay, so traction is at optimal. Yes, hi, Prime member. You are a good kid. So, we could improve corner by moving that back inward a little bit. And we just need to get the traction back to about where it was. What do we do about the straights there? Send this the opposite direction of where we need to go. Don't want to set traction very far off from where it is because we've got it in the optimal band. These changes are so minor, and yet here we are making them. Yeah, so that was the main thing we're trying to get to. turning back into the green again. Okay, so we got that. Do we want to go out on a set of enters? Hmm, 1 to 4 millimeters, 0 to 1 millimeters. I don't think it's gotten as high as all that yet. Maybe we send you out on another set of subs, not this largely used up set. Actually, you're still having a hard time giving us complete feedback that way, but alright, let's resume space time here. And it is at 9.4. It is not building up. Oh, so for you, we've got. Oh, your setup is really good. That's enough. Kind of don't want to mess too much with success here, so let's just go with that. And let's get you set up on some enters. Get you to run out there that way. "45 laps, why not? Just keep going." Confirm. And unfortunately, I'm gonna have to. I don't think I can cancel Albon's reconfiguring here. Yeah, I'm gonna have to wait until he's done. Hopefully, just changing the tires will not do us too much harm. Everybody's kind of waiting to see if the track dries up. I say let's be bold. Go out there, but let's reconfigure it and put enters. And since we are doing that, then we can do a longer run plan. That shouldn't take long to do now. And Alakazam. Albon is ready to go out again. So is Latifi, so let's send him out too. Locked
Let's
up there.
take a closer look.
Steady.
Now watch this. Here's the moment involving Albon.
First car out in the rain. And immediately gets it out. Careful over. Yes, we've seen all this going on. Just locked them up. Thankfully, he didn't hit anything. Although, again, this is an old school track. There's gravel out there. Ordinarily, it would be very difficult to get the car back out, but he appears to be back on it, so bless him. So far, Latifi keeping it on the gray stuff. Albon. And again, our guys are not necessarily doing amazing, but Pierre Gasly ran wide. That could really haunter him. Sainz running wide. Gonna have a lot of this going on here in the damp weather, folks. Decided to gut it out there in the gravel. Grass. That stuff gets a lot wetter when it's raining out there too.
Sun's coming out now.
Copy.
It is still wet. Let these guys still go, man. See that the water on the track is still well above millimeter. So it is starting to dry. These tires will become less than optimal after a bit here.
I think it will be dry.
Yes.
Track is now dry. Going to ignore for Latifi because I just want to get this run done. There's only 11 minutes left. We're not going to have time to get another run in. I'm going to ignore. You guys can both stay out on the inners. Just try them out. Try and get that info. I want that data. Give me some numbers about how you feel about the car.
All okay?
It's good. Just leave it like this.
Yeah, copy.
Great. So before something happens, come back in.
And car balance feedback when capacity?
So good for me. Yeah. Next year. Good job, guys.
Copy.
Actually, you know what? Why don't you stay out? I'm going to cancel Albon's call in. He can stay out and drive around. We're not going to get any significant changes done, and we don't have enough time to go through any more of the sessions, so just leave him to bounce around out there and learn more about the track. So yeah, you guys, I realize they're not the best tires, but you can go out there and just practice turning laps. This has turned out great. Great. That's not too bad. Tires are getting a little warm. Yes. Let me see what his tires do look like. Only at 57. But intermediate tires do feel bad once the tires get a little warm. Okay. Let you guys just keep running then. It keeps you running. It keeps you running. Alright, so that's the checkered flag, everybody. Nice job. Come on in. And so, let's see where we did. Let's see what we did. So, Vettel, despite having his off and only running 9 laps, still managed to run faster than us. We did run faster than Stroll and Yuki Tsunoda in the AlphaTauri. We also ran way more laps than anybody else, just because trying to get those guys out there, getting in practice. That's the way you get it done, everybody. Maybe I'm going to pay for this later, and it's going to turn out that I have too much engine runtime on our engines or something before we get very far. Setup confidence 82, 86. Those are great. And we still have another practice session. So we should be able to hone these down to amazing levels. But I think we'll do that next time because we're over for now. This is Bobo the Vulture. This is Let's Play F1 Manager 22. Thanks very much for watching, you guys, and I'll see you all next time. Bye for now.